We're live.
Hey, you guys. What's up? It's been a while, but we're back. Welcome to the Love and Pain podcast, where the love doctor and I talk about love, relationships, and everything in between. I'm your resident single gal, Advisor Pain, who is an experienced single lady on a quest for balance. And this is the Love Doctor. Take it away, Chuck.
What's happening, everybody? It's good to be back. Had some issues going around here in Vegas. My air conditioning went out, and I was out of commission for a couple of weeks. But it gave me time to reflect on certain things, and and I always do my weekly rant. And this week, I just want to say that I seen a post that says that a mistake made more than once is a choice. Okay, so if you find yourself in the same situation with the same type of people, you will stay in the same space. So try something different. Think outside the box and stop taking advice from other failures, because they normally just give you theories. It's not practical knowledge. And that's why, I come on the show, because I've came from the bottom of the bottom. And then now I've made a choice to do right. And that's what I've done. I applied that secret sauce on the one woman, and she's happy every day, because that's my job and I'm good at it.
Is it how you gonna end off? That's your job and you're good at it?
That's right. I'm good at making her happy. You know what I'm saying? I try to make everybody happy, but you can't make everybody happy. You got to find your person, and you got to build upon that. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't do it. I'm a loving person, but I was loving everybody.
Oh, I'm glad you are just loving one person now. Thank you, Chuck. I've totally missed you in this, whatever this is. I've missed it.
You say whatever this is.
Whatever this is, I've missed it, Chuck. Whatever you want to call it. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe, and please hit that notification bell so that you can stay up to date, and so that all the new content we release you are aware of. So let's get into it. FYI, you guys, if we seem a little choppy today, it's not Chuck's fault. It's my fault. I feel like it's catching up though. I feel like we just
okay. Yeah, it's looking a little bit better.
Yeah. We started freaking out. Like, oh my god. Okay. It's not gonna happen. But welcome. Your air conditioner's back. You're back with the land of the chill people.
Oh man, that was crazy. I had to keep switching hotel rooms. I was displaced. And it was at the hot. It went down on the 4th of July. My air conditioning went out, and then that weekend it hit 120 degrees that weekend. Like it was just the hottest time of the year, and it was just crazy. So yeah, we for like 2 weeks we had to stay in different hotel rooms and whatnot, and they finally got the AC and everything fixed. So
that's cool, man. I'm glad. I mean, being in high heat is no joke. Like, that could kill you. That could really, really kill you. Right. And just, it makes you angry. Like, when I get hot, I get angry. I'm like, who are you talking to like this? And they're like, man, we just want to know if you want fries. Like, so I get it. Have you been catching up on the news? What's going on?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Man, weeks and weeks worth.
Right. I'm not going to get too deep into the news. I mean, the biggest thing, of course, going around is Biden dropped out. He dropped out of the election.
Yeah.
So now we got, Kamala Harris in there.
Shoot, Trump about to win this election.
See, the thing is, about that, trust me, I don't like Trump at all. Like, he's a clown to me. But the thing is like with Kamala Harris, it's just like they just try to throw anybody in front of you. And for me, as a black man, she's more of like a feminist. She comes across more of like a feminist to me, and she's not really a likable personality. And then she goes and says that, they said that this will be the first Asian that will be nominated for the. I'm like, Asian? What are you talking about? I thought the rule was if you got any black in you, you black, but now you Asian. You know what I'm
saying? I think that only applies to black people and racist individuals. But I mean, just like with Obama, you had white people who's like, he's black, he's mixed. He's a mixed guy. And we're like, he's black. We up in here for a black president. So
that's always been the rule. Right. I mean, that's the rule.
For us, for us as African
No,
American.
it's a proven fact
In the
in
United
actual lab that if you're black is the dominant gene, it's the original gene. If you have any black in you, that's what you are. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know where they get this from. Like, where you could just choose. No, I don't know. Just like Tiger said, I'm Kablan Asian. Like, bro, you're black. What are you talking about?
I think it's changing. I don't think people are. Is what you.
Yeah, society is changing, but the laws but nature hasn't changed. That's all I'm saying. So whatever she want to identify with, hey, it's your life. But all I'm just saying is, as a black man and as black people, when we hear stuff like that, it's a turnoff. You know what I'm saying? So whatever.
I mean, I don't think I'm for or against her. I need to see what she, I'm about what's the politics. I don't think I so much care about Democrats and Republicans so much. I think I more think about what are you for and what are you against. Because some days I'm looking like Republicans, like that sounds like a sound idea. Yes, we absolutely should do that. But then some days I'm like Democrats, yeah, that makes sense. So I can't wait till we get to a point and someone realizes what's a good idea to dismantle the two-party system, because it's like a bureaucracy. The deeper you're in, the more red tape that there is, the harder it is to just restart, because you're just too deep into it. But no one wants to be, she said, no one wants to be back until it's time to be black, until it's a
that's right
for some people. So yeah, no.
Yeah, that's the rule. That's right.
But it's just, culture is a nuanced thing. Like, if you are a biracial person and you were never raised around black people, I mean, yes, visually you do still look black, but then I think there's the issue of culture, like what they're trying to do to Drake, what Kendrick Lamar is doing to Drake. Drake, by your logic, he's black. He's a black man. But Kendrick Lamar is coming out here and everybody, Drake is just using the culture and all that other stuff. So it's just so weird and nuanced, and I don't really get into it. I have a lot of biracial people and I don't get into it, but I don't think Kamala is gonna win this one. I mean, and Trump's a felon. That's how bad it is. I think people will vote for a felon before they would vote for Kamala. I hope I'm wrong though, because I don't want Trump in there.
Right.
I don't want Trump in there at all. But wait, he's a felon though, right? Like, we agree that he's a felon.
Yeah, he got convicted.
Okay.
But like I said, the white community made the rule. But that's true. Like, listen, if Obama would have came out with a white woman, he wouldn't have got elected. It was because he was authentically black and identified with black people. That's why we stood behind him. If he would have came out and said, no, I'm Asian or I'm this and that, man, we wouldn't. Black people would not have messed with him. I'm trying to tell you.
So what if Kamala comes out and she's like, "Oh, I'm black," but then because she was a part of AKA, she crossed, she did all this stuff. So I don't think she necessarily denies her blackness. But
no, wait a minute. For none, that's Greek for one. Okay,
she
went to a black college because she probably had the best opportunities going to a black organization. You know what I'm saying? Going to a black HBCU. And also, I mean, she don't have any black kids. She don't have any kids at all. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, to me, when I look at somebody, I look at the whole presentation. If you can't identify yourself as being black, then are you really going to do anything to help the community? Like, you're a white person in a black person's body. That's how I'm just saying. That's how I look at it. And I know a lot of people do look at it that way. Not to say, like I said, that's what the rule is. I mean, as far as like what she goes by, but it's the truth though. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how I perceive it.
I think my question is, if she grew up around, like, let's say she only grew up around Asian people. And this is why I went to the way that she crossed AK, because I was like, I don't think that's necessarily the case. But for shits and gigs, let's say she grew up around Asian people, like that's all she's ever known. Like, maybe her dad was kind of like a Barack. His dad wasn't really in his life and everything, and that was the community. Would it be like fake if she started claiming that she was black, even though she was never raised around or in the black culture?
It don't matter who you raised around. Like, I mean, come on. Like, it just is what you are. Like, that. What's your genetic? Like, if you got black in your family, then you're black. Plain and simple. I don't care. That's what I'm saying. We're living in a society now where people can say they're not a woman. They can say they ain't a man. They can be whoever they want. And it's like, that's in your own mind. But in reality, you are that. You have a penis. You are a man. If you have a vagina, you're a woman. If you have black in you, you're black. Come on, man. Let's stop playing these semantics, bro. It don't matter. And like I said, I can't go to, if I get convicted and go to jail, right? I can't just say, you know what? I identify as a female. Can I go to the women's prison? It's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
They have done that. They did. My dad told me they did in his prison. They did have one who went to the girls' prison first and was a transgender. But
hold up, did she have her stuff cut off?
Yeah, she was full.
Oh well, yeah, but she had a vagina then, right?
Yeah, but she's still a dude though, according to you.
Yeah, she's actually a dude, you know, by nature, but she just had her thing cut off, right?
Yeah, so she went to the female prison. But look, we're not getting
okay. Yeah, let's not get it.
That's a whole
right. Yeah, it's a whole different subject. She said this is the first time she's been on my side.
Yeah, you know, I think that's.
I appreciate it. You
I
are
think that's like the older
queen.
mindset of the one drop rule, because I learned that. I learned about the one dropper once growing up, but the younger generation, like my sister, she's biracial. Right. But I think she identifies as black. I think my other sister identifies as mixed.
Okay.
But, you know, same. Okay. But anywho, so today, so yes, that was in the news. What else did you get? Did you get anything else out the news?
Well, okay, listen. I've had a person, a viewer, who actually had a question for you, Champagne, that maybe you can help him out with. I've been trying to give him a little counsel here and there, but he need to hear something from a woman. Okay. Now, listen, this is what's going on with him. Man, this dude, I'm telling you, man, he need help. But listen, he been he found a woman, right? And at first he wasn't initially attracted to her. And this goes into our topic today, things that make you more attracted to the opposite sex. He found a woman that was like average looking. Okay. But she actually showed him more value in the relationship. Like she invited him over. She would cook for him. She would they went out to like the beach and stuff like that. She gave him keys to the crib, keys to the car, and everything. Like, look, hey, I just want you to be by my side. She was real loving with him and everything. And then all of a sudden they had one argument, and then she just cut everything. She stopped talking to him. She won't answer his phone calls. What his question for you is, Miss Champagne, is what can he do to get her back in good graces? He just had what happened was, I guess the argument was, he had came to the crib. She said something to him a little kind of off the wall, like, why ain't you wash the dishes or something, right? And then he wasn't feeling it, so she cooked something, and he didn't eat what she cooked. He was like, "Look, I ain't hungry. We need to talk about this and that." And then she asked for the key back and everything off the bat. So, I mean, now she won't talk to him. Is there anything advice that you could give to him on how he could get her back? That's a question for you.
Jeez, I mean he was broke. He was like, that's what I was getting from Amiju. Like, it kind of sounded like she was fucking with him, and she kind of knew like she was doing the most. But when he said that, it was like, bro, you not even that top tier for you to be even talking to me or interacting with me this way. So that's what it kind of sound like, that she figured out, like, nah, he ain't it. So he's going to do some type of grand gesture. Like it depends on where she's at mentally. Like if she's done, there's nothing he can do. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. If she's done, and then
that's how it is with women. So once y'all get it into your mind that it's over. Ain't no coming back.
Once the feelings are out, once the feelings are dead, it's very few of us who would go back. But the feelings aren't there. Like, why would you go back and the feelings aren't? We'll put up with a lot of stuff.
But how can you just cut your feelings off that quick? You know what I'm saying? Like what?
Because shit started making sense in our head. Like the signs were all there. They were all visible. Like right here, right here is where this nigga didn't like you. And then right here and this right here, this happened and this happened, but you wasn't connecting it. But when he did this fuck shit right here, it was like bing, bang, bing, bang, bong, bang. Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
you know, she's not willing to lie to herself anymore. So he's gonna have to really show out. He's gonna have to create a new Facebook page, stalk where she's at. Not too crazy. Bijou said Dusty. Yeah, he's Dusty. I hate to give it.
Damn. Y'all,
I mean, you just call this chick average. You know, you called her average. It sounded like he was average as well if she's doing all of this. Like, it didn't sound like he was, but mind you just told me like a little bit. But it didn't really seem like he was pouring into her as much as she was pouring into him. And it just kind of sounded like he was just tolerating her. It's not like he was average. That's crazy. She's average look-wise to him, but he's average life-wise. That shit matches up in my eyes. So he's going to have to create some type of social media account, start following her from the lows, start popping up where she's at. You know, he's going to have to get his money. Like Bijou said, he's going to have to get his money up. He's going to have to put money out. He's just trying to talk to her. Talk is cheap. Dead is talk. Talking is dead. He's going to have to show and prove.
Okay. So you got to show her something.
She said he thought he was the friend, and he found out wrong. Yeah. Yeah, there's been times that there were some dudes, and then after a while, it clicked like, oh no, you not. Oh, Champagne, he was doing some dumb shit. All right, yeah, and they try to shoot their shot later, and it was like, oh, I don't feel that way no more.
Okay. So even if you do all that, it's still a possibility it may not work.
It's still a possibility, but if he did that, like just in my mind, right? Women like romance. You want somebody who puts effort into you. You want someone who takes the time. And you and I, she was happy about the D. She was happy about the D. Yes, the sex was good. But you can get D from anywhere. Like D, and they're not paying no money, you know, shelling out no money. They're not taking you nowhere. That's easy to find. He hasn't done anything to make himself seem valuable where it's like, oh, I miss him. He misses her because she's doing all that stuff for him. And he doesn't have to do anything. But now he like shot himself in the foot. So there's nothing else of value to her of him, you know? It's dick. Right. Everybody got a dick.
Right.
Not in-house. All you gotta do is open up a Tinder. Get you a Tinder account. Dick is everywhere. It is all over the place. I wish women would just stop being so attached to that dude. Because if it's just about penis, it's guy, like you could just blow at a man and he'll be like, oh yeah, okay, and he'll want to do you. We don't have to work that hard. That's one thing we got.
Okay, got you. All right,
but go ahead.
Hey, good. I mean, hey, he needed to hear that. I mean, he needed to hear it from a woman's side just to give him a little bit, you know, so maybe he can, you know, level up, you know, and go back and get his girl. Look, you know, I've been trying to talk to him and stuff like that, but
what did you tell him?
See, this is my thing. Like, okay. I mean, what I told him was that he needs to at least, you know, have the conversation with her, because like she told him to give back the key, and then he left immediately out. And I was like, look, man, when she asked for her key back, it was a problem that you should have addressed right then before you left. He just took the key, and his pride just said, forget it. I ain't, you know, whatever. She ain't gonna tell me. Let me get up out of here. So I just told him that, you know, he should have addressed that when it happened, because once he left, then she started thinking to herself, and all the things that maybe was negative about the relationship probably came up. Right, exactly. She started connecting dots and whatnot, like you said. So since he did that, like I said, she won't answer his phone, no communication. She dropped his stuff off at his, at you know.
Oh, she's serious.
Yeah, everything that was a reminder of him was gone. So yeah, she did all that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so you know, I told him that. So and you know, and I've been down this road where, you know, it comes to a point to where there's no coming back from it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't address it before you walk out or whatever, then it's just not going to happen. So I mean,
so basically, you told him Schitt's Creek, like there's nothing he could do.
Yeah, but I told him, you know, just to, you know, to have closure, maybe just see if you can meet with her one more time and just have that conversation in person. And you know, and if there's any type of, you know, human being inside, then maybe she'll
how you know her? What? You always be doing. You always be doing that stuff.
But anyway,
he can pop up and have that conversation, but he better have something in his hand. He better be bringing something besides, yep, Just what Bijou said.
You better have some money.
He better have some money and not like $20. Like he better pay a bill, flower cards, candy. We know that when Tamar says this, and the way that she says it sounds gold diggerish, but she's right, especially when talking to you, Chuck. She said, "I'm old school. The only way I know if a man likes me if he gives me money." And we talked about, like, you went on a date with a chick, you wasn't trying to pay for nothing. But if you like that chick, you don't mind paying for stuff.
Yeah, if it's an investment, yeah. But I'm not going to just be sitting up here. Every girl I meet, we going to Longhorn Steakhouse, whatever. No, man.
You wouldn't do that to every girl you meet.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you have money like that or you really like her.
Then it's nothing. It's nothing. You can have everything that I got. If I feel that we going all the way, or this is an investment, then yeah, it ain't nothing.
Yeah, because you like her.
Yeah, exactly. Because she's worth investing in.
If you don't spend no money, you don't like her.
Right. I mean, no, I don't know if I like her yet.
You don't like her enough to spend money?
Well, I have to know you first. We got to at least vibe, and I can see that there's a potential that we can have a future. Now, if there is after a meet and greet, if we have a meet and greet and everything goes well, and I say, hey, she seemed like she's cool. This is something that I can actually try to get, just to get more information, and then that's when we can do more. But if I'm just meeting you for the first time, I'm not taking you out and showering you with gifts and all that. No, you gotta let me know. We gotta vibe first. Forget that. That's why
you have to like her first. Yes,
we're going on walks. We're gonna do stuff like that, or we go to play some pool. I'll spend $2 on the pool thing, and then if we vibing, and hey, we can go from there.
See, if you be trying, you can switch up the words all you want to, but at the end of the day, ladies, and there you go, Bijou. You like somebody enough. There's several ladies. There's several levels of the like. One, there's a like where he only wants to come over after hours. He basically trying to smash. Then you got the next step of where he don't mind seeing you in public. That's cheap, free, easy, boom. But then the next one is when he actually pays for dinner, and then you're like, okay, he kind of digging me. All right, there's levels to it, but the way to get those levels together is your attraction to that opposite sex, which is today's topic that we've been dancing around.
Right. Okay. So let's go ahead and kick this off. She said, yep. Yes. Okay. Let's get started. Okay, listen. When you're looking for a mate that is worth investing in, it is important that we make ourselves look at as attractive as we can and be the best you that you can be. Okay. Now, we got to make sure that the person can see us at our best. And as time goes on, that they become even more interested and get deeper involved with you as time goes on. Because it's not just that initial attraction, it's sustaining that attraction as the relationship progresses. You know what I'm saying? So, we can all look good when we first meet somebody. You can make yourself up. I can, look clean, smell good or whatever. But what's going to keep me there? You know what I'm saying? Because let's look at like how our grandparents are and things like that. They get older and that they lose their physical attractiveness, but it's something that keeps them there, that keeps that relationship together. It's other than just attraction physically. There are deeper things that can make you more attractive, than just your looks. Because like I said, they're old and all of them older and gray. There ain't no attraction. The booty start sagging and this and that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just not based on physical attraction anymore. Okay.
I think it's a mixture, especially when I like a house, right? You get you a house and the house has some good qualities on the inside, good basement or whatever. But then like there's stuff on the outside of the house that makes you not even want to look to see what's even inside the house. So before if you're driving down the street and you're looking for something that catch your eye, the first thing you're going to notice is what that outside of that house looks like. If it looks trashy, but it has a good inside, you'll never know about it because you're not going to go in because there's nothing to kind of catch your attention. Right. But when you go inside of the house and you see it, you're like, oh my gosh, it's great. So I do agree. I think a lot of people ignore physical attraction because you don't want to seem vain. But you gotta have a little people. I don't know that's necessary vanity. I think it's also like a human nature survival tactic that humans have done. If they see something appealing to their eye, they're more likely to be attracted to it. But what we do now today is what we have evolved. What Chuck says is that we look at what's internal of that person. But it's kind of hard to look at the internal if the external is a little.
Yeah, you talking about from the beginning, right? From the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning, right?
Yeah, from the beginning. Yeah, absolutely.
I think we can talk about what's the beginning and then that middle too, as well, where you're at, the substance stuff.
Right. But see, that like I said, the thing is though, even though you may initially not be attractive to someone, if you know, because like I said, I mean, there are things that you can do that you can control, and there are things that you cannot control. Like I said, God made us all different. Some people are more attractive physically than others. The only thing we can control is really basically our weight and where we at physically, like that, and our health. That's the only thing we can control, but we can't really control unless you spend a lot of money to have your face changed, like Nene Leakes and all that. You know what I'm saying? To change your face, and you know what Serena and all them is doing. You know, but I'm just saying for the rank and file average person, the best way to do it, try to look as best as you can if you're looking for someone, you know, that you want them to be attractive to you. But you can also, if you are not the best looking person, then you have to be extraordinary in other areas to still get your man or woman that you want. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you different things and scenarios that people have done that I've seen that they've gotten their person. Okay. Now, first of all, I want to tell you that there was a lady, like I used to be at the flea market. That's where I started my computer shop at, right? I was at the flea market first. And you know, and there used to be this like real sexy chocolate lady that used to come through, and like she was always trying to tease me and stuff like that or whatever. But she was very attractive, right? You know what I'm saying? So she actually bought a computer from me. I set it up for her and all that or whatever. But then I found out she was dating this dude. This dude was he looked like a trailer trash cab driver dude. Okay. Now on the surface, you look at this dude, he was a country bumpkin, garbage looking, trailer trash looking dude.
Wow.
But she was with this guy because he drove the cab 16 hours a day, and he gave all his money to her. Like anything he got from the cab, he gave it to her. So he financed her little modeling thing that she was doing. He did everything. His whole life was dedicated. He was working for her. All his being was based on serving her. So he won her out over time. He gave her that check. And, you know, to me, it's sucker stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't do that shit. But he won her over. And I'm talking about, hey, this woman, she a fine little chocolate. I was like, you with this one? Really? But he was his loyalty. He treated her. He did whatever, you know, rubbed her feet, whatever, to get her. And that's what won her on over time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
So this one. Finances, have your finances together.
Right. But but listen, he had to be extraordinary in an area that she, you know, that something that supplied her with a need that she had. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think she wasn't paid like that or whatever, but this dude was giving her his own, so he financed all her stuff. So yeah. So if you're extraordinary in some areas, in this case, like I said, this is more than just finance. He giving her the whole check, and he's basically her slave. You feel me? But he
giving her money. But that's how some guys are. Geez, you said that. I love
that's that. Beautiful. Oh my God. Here we
go. But that's some guys' thing. Like there are guys out there who teach other men that once you get your money up, you can get what no matter if your money is right, it doesn't matter how busted you look, you could pull a woman. That's what a lot of guys teach. If you have a lot of money, you give her you could pull whatever woman. And you know, these are guys in their 50s and 60s who are like, I got this money, I got this, I got that. And they only date younger chicks. You know, some are for the reasons of, well, older women don't like to have fun, but many are for, hey, I don't have to spend that much and I got money and she's cute, she's hot, I can get her. So women do that about up with cheating. You got to do that again, Bijou. I'm trying to put.
Maybe she can't put up with cheating.
So, so many women do that. Do put up with you? Yes, they do. Yeah, Like if you gonna cry in a Benz or you gonna cry in a Pinto. It's really, that's what some women believe. But then on the flip side, there are guys who they know that if I didn't have this money, this beauty, do I want a chunky old walrus lady to give me a headache, or do I want a beautiful buxom woman to give me a headache? You're gonna get a headache no matter what, because you're dealing with a woman, but you choose which type of woman you have. So, but that is one way of finance. I was also thinking more so like I was at there's things that you can do as a average person. No, you're fine. Thank you so much for even communicating. We appreciate that. But there's things that your average everyday individuals can do to look better. I'm not saying look like a 10, right? But like look better. Like I was at an event last night or 2 nights ago. It was a wedding. It was a hood wedding. How I know they were hood? Because it's a wedding and everybody's just dressed whatever. Like 2 people were probably dressed up. You got people in flip-flops. You got people in basketball shorts. It was just crazy, right? So one of the things I think about is when you're out in public, and especially if you want a certain type of, people like something physically attractive to them. You like something pleasing to your eye. I'm not saying a 10, but if you want to have sex with somebody, there needs to be a little bit of attraction there. So I think one of the easiest things people can do is dress better. Like when you leave out the house, how do you look, right? Do you look like you should be on a corner, shaking for change? Or do you look like, oh, you got good stuff going against you, going for you? I remember we used to be poor and you would still dress up nice. You would still look good. People took pride in how they look. But now you got chicks walking around with bonnets. You're going to the airport in a bonnet. I'm sorry. I think that's tacky. I don't care what no one says. That's tacky to me to go out in public and you're wearing a bonnet and you're looking for a significant other to date. Now, if you just don't give a care, okay. But I think it's the same way of where dudes be out in public places and they just got their pants hanging down. And you can see like this dude, he bent over. You saw his whole entire ass crack. The whole line, his ass was hairy. So it was just... And then he was like trying to shoot a shot. It's like, no, I don't see your ass hair. There is nothing you can do for me at this point. I can't look past that. So I think that's one way. So we got finances, how you dress yourself. Like Chuck, you always look nice. You got your chain going, boom, black shirt. You don't even do that much. You don't even need to do that much. Just look good for your shape, right? If you got 7 stomachs, I love the confidence, sis, but that don't look good on you. I see well-dressed, broken men, nice car, no gas, but you talking to him, that at least get you in the door. If he looks dressed, you got to talk to him first to find out that he's broken and he's nice and he has a car with no gas. That's the first step. There's some dudes that can't even get women to talk to them. They can't even get them to engage in them. There's women out there that can't even get guys to look their way. So first thing first, how do you look on the outside? Just a little, just pay attention just a little bit. That's it.
Right.
That's all right.
That's a good one. Okay.
What you got next?
Okay, now listen. Now remember, like I said, me and Champagne are coming from different like ideology, right? As far as you're going with surface level stuff, and I'm going to go with more deeper things that as a man that we look for, and this is for the ladies, for real. And these are the type of things that kind of like that won me over. And let's just go with my father. Okay, I'm gonna start with my father. Okay. He married my stepmother. She was not a very attractive woman, right? She was a little bit older than him, but the biggest thing that made her more attractive to my father was that she could cook her ass off. She was from Chillicothe. She made everything from scratch. Once, they was both working at the post office, she brought him some plates in. And when he ate what she cooked for lunch, oh, he was like, he couldn't get it. Because where can you get that from no more? You can get good sex from other people. You can get big booties. Where you going to get this dish at? You can only get it from her. And I swear that just from her being able to cook, that was the biggest thing that put her in front of everybody. And the fact that she was bringing in plates, because everybody else he had to do things for, like, you taking women out, this and that. She actually brought him a gift, and it was a different way of pleasuring her man that the other woman couldn't compete with. You know what I'm saying? Now with me too, There's been women that can really cook. You know what I'm saying? But the thing I learned from my dad was when he broke over with my stepmom, since he couldn't cook, he always relied on he thought these side chicks was going to step up, but they didn't. I learned how to cook. I learned how to cook from my stepmom, like my barbecue sauce, a whole bunch of my stuff is from my stepmom. You understand what I'm saying? So when I met women that could cook and man, I was like, whoa, I would have been sprung on them, but I stole their recipes. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I stole their recipes. Like I said, there was one lady, she might even be listening, but you know what I'm saying? She put the little mashed potato stuff in her flour for her fried chicken. Man, you don't think I wasn't looking. I got your recipe.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, if you're not extraordinarily fine, then you have to level up in other areas that you can control. Like I said, if you learn how to do things like that, then that will set you aside from just somebody that's just straight beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because now you have different levels to you, and you know what I'm saying, and that's what can wheel somebody in, and that will separate you. Because like I said, we all know that home is where the heart is. You know what I'm saying? And any person, whether it be woman or man, will go to the place that they feel the most comfortable space in. Like I said, a lot of women, you guys want to, you guys like men with money because that's security. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to worry about your, electric getting cut off. You're going to live better and things like that. That's a form of security. With a guy, we just want to be in a better space. You know what I'm saying? Like just a comfortable space to where we can grow and that we feel appreciated and things like that. And like I said, cooking is one way that can show your man that, hey, you are special to me. Hey, this is what I made for you. And it's another form of pleasure that you can actually give to a guy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I learned how to cook, because I didn't want to depend on that shit. All right.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I'm telling you, learn how to cook, man. Straight up.
That's good. That's a good one. That's a good one. Your self-esteem, where is that at? I don't think. No, it's not that I think. I know you're not going to attract someone who really is good, whole, completed person if your self-esteem is lacking. If there is something about yourself, and I will say, be reasonable, give yourself grace. Some people hate some really critical things about themselves, and it's like, whoa, you might want to go research why you hate that. Right. If you're like, I don't date black men or I don't date black women, why? And you're black, like, why do you feel that way? There's something you have to uncover. If you don't like your size, why do you feel that way? Uncover that. Lose the weight if you don't feel good about that. Your skin, wherever is affecting your self-esteem, you've got to fix that, because one, I do believe in the aura that you give off. Whatever you have going on is going to attract certain individuals, and some of those people, they're not there for you. My friend, he told me this. He said, niggas can smell desperation. And when you're so desperate as a woman, when you're so desperate for a man, you're going to get all kinds of bottom feeders who's going to peep out your self-esteem, because they're predators. They're going to see what you got going on, and they're going to use that against you. So, male and female, fix whatever it is about yourself to make you feel good about yourself. If you feel like, I don't like my skin, I have too much acne, figure out a skin routine, get you some rest, start drinking water. Self-care is going to make you more attractive to other guys, to other women, because if you take care of yourself, that's a hot thing. There's a lot of people who don't take care of themselves, and they sacrifice themselves for other people, and then they just get drained by these persons and left, and they have to rebuild all over again. So take care of that self-esteem, you guys. Get you somebody who vibrates on a higher level. I too can be deep and on the inside. Hey, sure.
What up?
But I feel like looks, and I feel like, you could just only have the inside. You're going to attract people. Yeah, you can just have the outside. You can attract people. But if you got both that works in tandem, I think you can attract some nicer people. Once I started working on all that together, I just started getting better type of options.
Right.
Better. Okay, your turn.
All right. And another thing I want to add again, too, like I said, home is where the heart is. One of the things that is a big thing, I think, that that a lot of black men are, that that we have a problem with is just, a lot of Black women's attitudes, man. If you have a positive attitude about things, it makes it easier to engage with you. You know what I'm saying? So, just, stop being that attitude and, can we get some sweetness sometime and not, like just being a positive person can really just make you look so much more, more attractive to a guy. Like I said, there was some lady when I used to have a shop. Well, I had two shops. The second shop I had that was on Crossroads Plaza. There was a lady that always, she would bring in, she was, bringing different things, like she was selling different things and whatnot. But she wasn't attractive on the surface, but she was just so sweet, and her whole positivity just lit up the room that it made you more attractive to her because of that energy that she put off. You know what I'm saying? So it just made you, just want to be cooler with her and stuff like that. Even though, of course, I wasn't, trying to get at her or nothing like that, but it just made her as her whole, because you got to look at your whole profile. It ain't just looks. It's like, you got a stank attitude and all that kind of stuff. When I watch like stuff like, when I'm watching like, Love and Hip Hop and things like that, these women are beautiful. But when you start hearing them talk and hear their attitudes, it's a big turn off. It don't matter how fine they are. It's just, like I said, you could just really see what type of women are marriage material based on the aura that they put out. You know what I'm saying? And some of the women that have bad attitudes, they get diminutive type men. They don't get masculine men. They get these little guys that they control most of the time. So yeah, like I said, your whole attitude and your whole profile and with the energy that you give off is very important. It's very much more important. Just like, like with my wife, man, her whole, if you just meet her, she's so positive. You know what I'm saying? She's just so full of just positivity and, her energy and everything. I mean, she got me on a vitamin plan. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. She cares about the whole person and me doing good and being the best person that I can be. But was the biggest thing that attracted me to her, was her whole energy and her whole just positivity and everything. And she was so cooperative, and we did things together and just had a great time. She wasn't a mood killer or nothing like that. Everything we did, she appreciated. And I knew that was a person that was that I could invest in. And it didn't take me long to realize this is the person for me. And because I knew what type of life that we would have together, that it would be a positive, productive life that we would have together. You understand what I'm saying? So that's very important, man. But if you nagging the guy all the time, you breaking it down his manhood, he trying to do his best, but you still dogging him. He can't never do enough to satisfy you. We don't want no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We want somebody that can appreciate things that we do and that will help build us up, and we'll build you up. And like I said, listen, if y'all listen out here, listen, you can find your person out there. All you got to do is stop looking at the same people. Think outside the box. You can find your person. I'm telling you, man. I'm not just speaking this just on theories. It is a fact. There are guys out there that you can find, and there are women out there that you can find. We just got to change them and look in the mirror and say, hey, what can I do to make myself a better person?
Yes.
And make that change. You understand what I'm saying? So come on, man. We gotta stop all this. It's like it's always man versus woman. It's like it's a game that we play. You know what I'm saying? Even when we're in relationships on the surface level, who gonna break up with the other person first and stuff like that? It's a game. We gotta stop doing that, man. And just start just thinking of long term and the person that we want to find and who's the person that I want to build with. Just start just thinking differently and look for that person that matches your energy.
Yes, I completely, everything you said, 1,000%. I do find some way most men have horrible attitudes. I find that, I mean, yeah, I don't, I think that women just get called out on it, but do I think most men have horrible attitudes? I can understand when a man says she has a jacked up attitude, but also, I think a lot of issues that we encounter is a people thing, not necessarily a gender thing. Right. But if you date a specific gender, that would, unless you can verify by verifiable facts and statistics, but if you date a specific gender, I think it probably stands out to you more. you don't date a lot of guys, so you probably, and then you're a guy, so you probably like, oh, that doesn't, that's not an attitude to me, or you might not see it as much. Versus as a woman who talk about men, or a woman who dates men, you may see a bit more like I work with dudes, and you hear what they're talking about, and you're like, okay. But I also, as me, I don't focus on that. Like if you start talking bad about men or women, like I don't like women who talk bad about men, and I don't like men who talk bad about women, because that to me shows you're not healed, and it's just like negative. I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be around none of that stuff. So I get you, but I will also say, shoot, where was I going with this about my thought? I will say, this is going to sound horrible, but I'm in the process of doing it as well. Weight loss. All right. Worrying about your weight. I've been working on losing weight, and I've been going down pound by pound, and it's better overall. And yes, there are guys who will like you at your weight. And if you're fine with your weight, stay there. Like, don't, this ain't for you. But if you feel like your weight is holding you back, you definitely should go and be healthier. Start getting yourself healthier. Start making more healthier choices. You don't have to be skinny, but I see too many of us sisters and brothers too, because they obese as well for the men aspect. All right. I know a lot of people like to focus on the women, that the women are big and we're bigger and we're the fattest. But women are naturally, have a bit more fatter. We have naturally more fattiness than men, so we're already there already. But Black people, we are not as great with our bodies. So I think that if you want to, again, there are people who will like you for you, that's fine. But if you feel like what you're getting is not necessarily what you want, tighten up physically, see what that does for you. And because that also helps with your confidence as well. There are some women around here who don't feel confident in their body because it doesn't look the way that they want it to look. And if you don't have that confidence and you get with a guy, he probably doesn't want to have to reinforce 20,000 times that he likes the way that you look. It's very important that you like the way that you look. If you like being plus size, own that. But if you're a chick who has to sit here, keep asking your dude, do I look fat in this? Man, you lying. Like you should, and people don't want to say this because, and I'll say, like, and I'm in the gym. I do go to the gym. I watch what I eat. And like I said, I've been losing weight, but I want to lose way more, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that we should be healthier, because we should be. It's overall. Someone says, I've been detoxing. That most people are out. Yeah, a lot of people drinking. When you look at your weight, a lot of times it's a reflective of what your life is, what you're consuming. You're consuming a lot of alcohol, a lot of meats, a lot of greasy stuff. Your skin is also reflective of what you're consuming. So I feel that, especially Black people, we are the heaviest of the races. I feel like we should, American Black people, and we should definitely tighten it up a bit more weight rise. I might get, stoned for that one, but I agree with it. I find it exactly like I don't like to date really big guys. So why would I think a guy like to date a really big girl? I'm an equal opportunist, right? So yes, I want to have a healthy life. I like being in the gym. I hate seeing a big dude with his, you know how they be like, they're like the dude who I was talking about, whose pants was falling down. You can see his flat ass, and then the stomach be hanging over, like Chuck, the stomach be hanging over the pants, and the shirt, it just touched the top of the stomach, but the understomach just be hanging out there so you see it. And then they be eating a big old triple cheeseburger, and the grease just starts falling down there. Like, that is so unappealing to me, on a regular basis. If you're eating that, we got to take better care of our health. Right. A lot of times, people, and subconsciously, even scientifically, when you're too thick, people associate that, in the mindset as is unhealthy mentally. So I know that sounds horrible, but I feel like shit, it's helped me, right? I lost 20 pounds. I started getting some more, and I'm like, shit, let me drop another 50. See if somebody else want to drop 50 on me, So there it is. There we go. Thank you, sir.
Right. Hey, that's good stuff. I mean, yeah, weight does matter. I mean, like I said, I've been through ups and downs with my weight my whole adult life. Like I've I done went on that journey so many times. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? And I do always feel better about myself when I'm in shape. You know what I'm saying? I can, you know, my gear, I can flex out on different stuff. And it just gives me more confidence. And also, you know, the ladies like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'm not saying be skinny, just a healthy weight.
Right. Sorry. And you know, and you notice like over time, like you know, you get more attention from, you know, from women. And but the thing is with me too, like with some people that's been fat all their life are not going to know what they look like at a certain weight because they've always been big. Like with me, I know exactly what I'm gonna look like. If I lose 30 or 40 pounds, I can look at a picture like, oh, see, I know I'm fine underneath. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta lose weight. But some people may not believe that about themselves. So the self-confidence may not be there, you know, or to motivate them because they always think that, you know, they're big and, you know, and whatnot. So, but yeah, that does help. I mean, be the healthiest person that you can be, and that definitely will increase your, you know, your chances of somebody that that maybe more likable person that, you know, to open your field to different people and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So hey, if you, as long as you like it, Thomas, I love it. But if you're trying to go for a certain type of individual, it's dating is a numbers game, really. It's truly a numbers game because the more people you're exposed to, right, the more of a opportunity that you're find what you're looking for. So each time you have more stuff that lowers your pull. Okay, I need a man with this. Okay, but he has to have this. I have to have this. Your pool becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. And then you got to think about those individuals, what they're interested in. Are they interested in what you're presenting? So that's kind of how I look at it, you know. But if Chuck said he couldn't date a chick who had lymphedema. She had a big old leg. He wasn't.
Yeah, that was kind of messed up because that was like a health. It just didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my boy. Right. Shout out to my boy Thomas. Like I said, that's my dark skinned twin right there. Like I said, in high school, look, we was like, that was like my equal. Like, you know, many women that like me liked him. Like we was like, and he was dark skinned, so actually, like they like darker a little bit more. So you know, that was my guy. He always, you know what I'm saying, he was a little edgy and stuff like that. So women love my boy Thomas. So he ain't never had no problem with female. Yeah,
personality.
Never. That's my dog. That's my dog right there. But yeah, another thing is that you know, respect yourself. That's more attractive. You know what I'm saying? You know, we seen like Bijou on here. She's a very attractive woman. She got her you know, her little African little braids and stuff going. So that sets her apart from different people. You know what I'm saying? So that shows when you look at her, she don't have all that crazy makeup and all that stuff. It shows that she respects herself and she, you know what I'm saying? And she values herself. If you don't respect your own self, then who else is going to respect it? You know what I mean? You have to value who you are and, you know, and somebody else will value you. Oh, my fault. You got lots. Sorry.
Get it right, Chuck.
Right, my fault. See what I'm saying? She values her locks. But you know, you know, you see so many women, like I said, especially the younger generation. I mean, you know, it's summertime. Cheeks is out. You know what I'm saying? You can see camel toes. You know, just the whole thing. I mean, everybody's stuff is just out there, and it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's a disrespect thing to yourself, man. Like. You just putting yourself out there too much. And that's just telling me right there that you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like a thirstiness to me. Like that, I just don't, you know, even when I was younger, like if I looked at that, like you're going to attract what you put out in the universe. You know, if you putting out there, you just showing your body all the time and everybody see your cheeks and all that, and whatever, then you're just going to attract people that want to have sex with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not going to, you know, that's what you're going to attract. It's not going to be substance because like you said, you're going to see somebody way before you hear them. And if I see you wearing some coochie cutters and you know, and I you know, I want to get me some, then you know,
absolutely. Absolutely. I would say 17 years. Go ahead, girl. 17 years you've been growing. Oh my God, I've seen so many mismatched outfits. Body doesn't fit. It is like how you look, because you know, like it depends on what type of individual you want. Like I know what type of man I'm interested in, so I know some of the things. Like, okay, this is what I need to do to attract that type of man, right?
Right.
But I will also say this one supersedes, I think, a lot, everything, right? Personality. Have a decent personality. Have a well-rounded, be able to talk about multiple things, be able to be funny. Like having a good personality, that is, I will, the big boy I talked about earlier, if he has an amazing personality, I will help him through all that other stuff. If he's open, I will help him through it. But a personality, to me, oh my goodness, that is a kryptonite. One that works with your personality. But I like a personality, someone who you enjoy talking to. They're not a wet blanket, like you said. They like to have fun. They like to they could talk about different things. If you take them around other people, you don't have to be afraid of being embarrassed, because they're an asshole or something like that, or people don't mind being around them. They're a good individual. Personality. I hear a lot of guys who will tell me, oh, she could be a 5, but that personality make her a 10. I had a guy who said,
I ain't gonna say she's a 5 that takes you maybe to a 7. Okay,
to a 7.
Let's be real. If she's a 7, it might take you to a 10, but not no 5.
Most of the guys who's doing the rating systems are not 10 themselves, so they can stand and take a 7. All right. I never see 9s and 10s really sitting around rating other people. I guess because they're just like, it don't matter what nobody else does. I do it, But if you have a good personality, male or female, it takes you so much further. If you're, like you said, likable, you're agreeable, you positive, you're someone who you're just decent. That is going to make a lot of people fall in love with you, and it's going to be easier for you to be attractive to most people. There's a one guy at my job, and he was like the short Asian dude, and wasn't really like my thing, but he's so funny. Like he's so funny, and you see, like he only dates black women. He's married to this big old tall black chick, but he is so hilarious. I'm like, I see it, sis. He funny,
right.
He funny and everything. And she, so that's how the bum dudes, that's how they get around, because they got that personality and a big dick, but definitely the personality.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Personality does supersede on the outside. Yeah, because over time looks fade. So yeah, I could agree with that. I mean, I think you shouldn't be busted though, and then just have a great personality. For real, I'm just keeping it real. Like, I mean, you still got to keep yourself together. You do. Yeah, exactly. And just like that movie, that movie Boomerang. Remember he was mesmerized by Robin Givens in that movie, but all and behold, him and Halle Berry, that was his homie. Like they clicked actually better than him and Robin. Robin was more of the elitist type of thing and all that or whatever, but Halle Berry, she came out, she washed dishes. They was just she was more down to earth. That was more of what he needed.
Did he treat her shitty though?
Huh?
Did he treat her shitty?
Huh?
Did he treat her shitty?
Yeah, at first he didn't look at. He was so mesmerized by Robin Givens that he overlooked the person, and she was killing Robin Givens to me. But he overlooked that because he was mesmerized by this thing. Because Halle Berry didn't dress like she did. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, she wasn't. But her substance succeeded all that, and at the end, that's who he ended up getting with.
True, but also we're talking about like the Halle Berry. It wasn't like she was a 5 back then. She was still.
She wasn't. But I'm saying this was a movie. I mean, they they built Robin Givens up like she was this cold, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, Halle Berry had had all the substances thing. Like she was funny. She just had all. She worked with kids.
Yeah.
She was more of a keeper than Robin was, because Robin was more on this corporate, whatever. And she used men for sex, and you had to, make an appointment to see her. I mean, that's not really what he needed. But he was just chasing, he was chasing dreams, man. And that's how it kind of comes down to when you're talking about choosing somebody. Choose somebody that that you guys match, that you connect on different levels, not just on the surface, because that surface level stuff will wear out over time. You know what I'm saying? Look for substance. So yeah.
What a show, Thank you so much. I saw some new faces down there. Thank you. What you got going on, Chuck?
All right. So, hey, we back now.
Oh, I can't hear you no more.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Okay,
Sorry,
there
let
you
me
go.
turn this
There
down.
you go.
Okay, make sure you we're back now. Make sure you guys go and like the YouTube channel. We're gonna start building our content back up. I had a thing with my air conditioner, and I'm here in Vegas, so it was crazy. But we are back now. So just make sure y'all keep tuning in, different topics, and we need your support. We need your input. If you have any type of topic that you would like us to discuss, please do. And if you have any questions for, please bring it. We need this. We need your input. So make sure you come through. So what's going on, Champagne?
I'm going to go live on Instagram for about 20 minutes. Follow me on Instagram, Get Rich or Cry Trying. We're just going to get on there and talk for a little bit. I can use some new followers. I'm trying to make 1 million people smile.
Okay, cool. Okay, y'all. So, hey, we'll see y'all next week. Same place, same time. Thank you again for tuning in. Peace.
Peace.